And joining me on the broadcast this evening is Mr. Yashashvi Yadav. He's the Special IGP of the Maharashtra Cybercrime Department. Mr. Yadav, good evening. Thank you very much for joining us on the big story. To begin with, right, Mr. Yadav, to begin with, for all our viewers who are joining in, explain to us how does this digital scam actually work, and how can one protect oneself from actually being scammed in this manner? Because the list of the number of people who have been held under digital arrest is long, and it's extremely alarming.
Yeah, I fully endorse the view that digital arrest is one of the sophisticated scams that is even scalping very well-educated people, even officers. But the premise is that there is nothing called digital arrest in law. There's no provision of digital arrest by any law enforcement agency, be it police, CBI, ED, or income tax, etc. So whoever says that you are under digital arrest means he's scamming you. So the moment he says that, please report his phone numbers, his details, his modus operandi to helpline numbers of your law enforcement agency. For example, in Maharashtra, it can be resorted to helpline number 1930 or 14407. So this is very important. Secondly, the kind of sophistication is amazing. It's almost incredible. There are police officers, exact names. In one of the digital arrests, my name was used. And uniforms are spick and span when the people come on video. Even courts are being replicated with visitors, with judges, lawyers, etc. So the person would definitely feel that there is an arrest warrant or there is a threat of arrest against him or her, and they don't ask for bribe. They just ask money to be deposited in an account as a surety. So the person thinks that this is actually authentic law enforcement action taking place, and parts with hard-earned money, which is definitely, and the only way to fight it is awareness. Like you have invited me to this program, similar kind of awareness drives should be undertaken. And once people are aware that digital arrest is just a kind of an artificial phenomenon created by these greedy scammers, I think the phenomenon will lose its steam.
All right. Now, what does one do if they feel that they are becoming a victim of this scam, and if you've lost your money? Because that is one of the primary concerns that is coming forward. And we've spoken to victims, and they seem to suggest that once the money is transferred out of their account, it is then transferred several times, and even the police at this point are unable to track it.
Yeah, there are 2-3 issues in this also. Number one, the make-believe is so real that the person parts with the money. Now, as soon as the victim realizes that he has lost the money, the first thing he should do is to dial 1930 number across the country. 1930 number is a financial helpline which blocks the accounts where the money is, it freezes the account where the money is transferred. So there is a possibility of money returning to the victim. It not only freezes the first layer of account, wherever the money goes, it freezes until and unless it is withdrawn. So it could be 3rd level, 4th level, even 10th level, where the money is going, the account will be frozen, and with a court order or with a law enforcement agency order, this money is reverted back to the account of the victim. For instance, this year, Maharashtra Cyber Department has returned more than 500 crore rupees to the gullible victims, and they had heaved a sigh of relief. But again, this all depends on first few minutes. Earlier, it was one first golden hour. Now, I would say first few minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, you must report so that the accounts are frozen successfully. Secondly, please be aware. When we drive a car, we are aware of the traffic rules. Similarly, when we go on an information superhighway or internet, awareness is the buzzword. So that because every day new modus operandi of scamming is coming. Digital arrest is also now passé. Now virtual kidnapping cases are coming up.
All right. Mr. Yadav, a final question to you. Do you think we need a more consolidated set of cybercrime laws? Because at this point, we seem to be playing catch up to scamsters. As you yourself said, there is a new scam that's on the rise. What's your sense on that?
See, India's cybercrime laws are not up to the mark, not up to date. They are anachronistic to some extent, because the last time IT Act, Information Technology Act, was amended was 2008. Since then, there has been no change in India's cybercrime laws. Now, 2008, the landscape of cybercrime was so much different, was massively different from what it is now. For instance, there was no digital arrest, there was no sextortion, there was no ransomware, which are the most prevalent cybercrimes present now. So the law has to change. The law has to incorporate new forms of cybercrime, new modus operandi, and it has to become more stringent. For instance, very few offenses in IT Act are non-bailable. Most of the offenses are bailable. So this creates less deterrent in the mind of cyber criminals. Add to it phenomena like cryptocurrency, darknet, VPNs. Criminals think that they have full anonymity and they will never be caught, but that's a myth.
Mr. Yadav, I know you're a busy man. Thank you very much for taking out the time to speak to us on NDTV Profit, and we'd like to, catch up with you once again and have more detailed views of yours. But thank you for the moment for joining us on the big story on NDTV Profit.
Thank you, Nupur, and this will go a long way in creating awareness about these scams.
Thank you.